What's up, guys? I'm Chad Barnes, and welcome to the channel. Here, it's all about real car talk, from simple fixes to smart driving tips and keeping your ride in top shape. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you watch all the way through. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Let's get to it.
Compact body models with digital indication and auto stop are gaining popularity among car compressors. The driver sets the required pressure value with the buttons and then simply presses start, and the compressor switches off by itself when the required result is reached. However, if we look at what is now on the market with these characteristics, auto stop plus compactness plus power from the cigarette lighter, we will see that the majority of them are very low power, low performance devices. The fact is that the digital control unit with auto stop is not so easy to put on the productive models with powerful electric motors and cylinder piston groups of large volume. The pressure pulsation during operation is too great and does not allow to ensure high accuracy of the auto stop. BERKUT SPEC-19, the first twin-piston model in the BERKUT compressor family with maximum performance at which an accurate electronic auto stop is still possible. The SPEC-19 is powered from the cigarette lighter and takes the maximum available power from the cigarette lighter. Plus it has a high resource and service life, as it does not overheat due to the built-in active cooling system. Let's take a closer look at how it all works. BERKUT SPEC-19 compressor is designed in a durable dust and splash-proof case with dimensions, shape and coloring realistically imitating a hunting cartridge box. The box is quite powerful and rigid, and although you can't stand on it with your feet, it is designed for permanent residence in the trunk, even in regular neighborhood with heavy and angular cargoes like building materials. Inside the case hides everything you need. The hose is placed in a special groove around the perimeter, and the empty space on the side is for the power cable. Hose length 0.85 meters, cable length 3 meters. The lid has a rubber elastic seal around the perimeter and a hole for the lock. The latter is unlikely to be needed by anyone, but what if? Also on the inner surface of the lid there are clips that hold adapters, cone, for bicycle nipple, as well as a needle for balls. The 5-diode high-power light for illuminating the working area is not automatically switched on when power is applied, but via a separate button. The maximum capacity of the unit is slightly lower than that of the A17, the entry-level model in the power compressor family, which includes the A17, A20 and A24 models. This is realized due to the efficient twin-cylinder circuit and maximum use of the current supplied by the cigarette lighter. The current consumption of SPEC-19 is 13 amperes, which allows you to get high power without exceeding the value of 15 amperes, at which the fuse in the cigarette lighter circuit of most cars burns out. By the way, it is duplicated in the compressor by its own fuse of the same nominal value. The active cooling system allows to use such power in the housing device, and BERKUT SPEC-19 has, in fact, 2 housings: the housing of the mechanism itself plus a protective case, the very cartridge box, for a long time and without loss of resource. 2 powerful fans, one for each cylinder, are installed in the compressor housing. They are switched on automatically together with the pump. Moreover, the fans do not drive hot air inside the compressor in a circle, but discharge it outside through the calculated air channels. And finally, how is the reliable and stable operation of the electronic automatic shutdown system according to the preset pressure ensured? For this purpose, BERKUT SPEC-19 features a 2-cylinder scheme, which is usually used in higher capacity models. But this architecture is used here for a reason: 2 cylinders of half the volume instead of 1, the total volume, give a small pulsation of airflow, which does not confuse the pressure sensor, which gives the command for precise shutdown at the selected limit. The cylinder cranks have a 180-degree phase difference. In other words, the cylinders operate alternately, and when one goes down, the other goes up. The compressor has a large illuminated display protected by thick transparent plastic. The interface doesn't require reading the manual. The number at the top of the display is the preset pressure value. The target symbol next to it indicates that this is the target to be reached. The larger number at the bottom is the actual current pressure. The horizontal bar in the middle is the progress bar for reaching the preset pressure. The control is the simplest, with 4 keys. The up and down buttons are responsible for presetting the pressure. The bar PSI button changes the 3 units of measurement. bar, PSI and kPa, and the Start button starts the inflation process. The electronics minimize the last pressure setting, and if the compressor is constantly used on the same machine, the next time you use it, you can simply turn it on without having to select a shut-off limit. Time to try it out. BERKUT SPEC-19 in operation. Pressure and capacity in liters per minute allows to use this compressor for large wheels of modern crossovers and large sedans. And the permissible operating time must allow pumping at least 4 wheels and better more. Our test subject was a mid-size crossover Haval H7 equipped with 225, 65 or 17 tires, just what you need. Passport pressure, indicated on the nameplate on the middle post, is 230 kilopascal. It is also 2.3 bar if someone is more accustomed to this format. It took the Spets 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go from fully deflated to normal. With minimal noise of non-annoying tone, with barely warm air from the purge slots. With a completely cold power plug, indicating quality contact and no localized voltage drop points. BERKUT SPEC-19 pumped 4 wheels in a row in 15 minutes and 20 seconds. And this is far from the limit of continuous operation interval of 25 minutes indicated in the manual. By the way, sometimes the check can show not a lack, but excessive pressure. In this case it can be easily deflated with the help of a deflator valve on the hose. However, you still can't do without a 12-volt connection, as power is needed for the measuring part and the display. If it rains during the process, you can cover the lid. The outgoing hose will not allow it to close completely, which will reliably protect the electronics of the device from moisture and will not allow the cylinders to overheat. The mass of the chest is 2.8 kilograms. The handle folds with little effort, which guarantees the absence of knocks from the trunk on road irregularities. 4 tenacious elastic rubber feet on the bottom provide stability during transportation and operation. And finally, we decided to try to compare BERKUT SPEC-19 as a case model with auto shutoff and cigarette lighter power supply with the closest in performance and long-known powerful model BERKUT A17. It has an open layout, single-cylinder design, manual shutoff, with arrow pressure gauge and power supply from the battery terminals. The closeness of characteristics in terms of liter capacity is in favor of the hero of this review. A17 produces 55 liters per minute, and SPEC-19, 49 liters per minute. The novelty loses only 12%, but for this insignificant loss we have auto shutoff, digital indication, and no need to open the hood to connect the crocodiles to the battery. Let's compare the models in real conditions on the same 225, 65 or 17 wheels. We inflate fully flat tires and again time the tires. A17 predictably accomplished the same task faster, in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. 23% faster than the SPEC-19. Nevertheless, for many people such a difference is not so great to lose the convenience of auto shutoff and cigarette lighter power for the sake of it. The more so that on the same Haval H7 the hatch of the battery plus terminal is extremely inconveniently located. It is obstructed by the normal opening of the intake air duct, and it is very inconvenient to put on the crocodile. A17 with its twisted hose and analog pressure gauge is obviously more suitable not for city dwellers, but for fans of serious auto tourism, jeepers, technicians who use the compressor not only for wheels, etc. And a city car owner will be more comfortable with spec. In conclusion, the BERKUT SPEC-19 digital compressor truly stands out with its impressive double power capabilities, offering both efficiency and control for a variety of applications. Its user-friendly interface and advanced features make it a valuable tool for professionals and enthusiasts alike. Whether you're tackling demanding tasks or simply need reliable performance, this compressor delivers on all fronts. Thank you for watching, and we hope this review has helped you make an informed decision about your next compressor purchase.